guys, this is Lindsay with Garage Gym Reviews. Today we are going to go over some budget pick treadmills that we have. Now, a lot of these are around $1,000 mark. Some are a little bit over, but I still think if you are kind of looking for a treadmill to do a lot of running on, you want something that has an incline, something that's easily movable. I mean, the ones that we have picked today are honestly some of my favorites. We do have a full article written review over at GarageGymReviews.com. We'll put a link below the like button. If the ones we talk about today are exactly what you are looking for, go ahead, check out that article. Also, make sure you are subscribed to this channel to continue seeing videos like this one. If you do want to purchase one of these that we talk about, we have a link below the like button. When you use that link, it doesn't cost you anything extra. And then lastly, for transparency's sake, this is an honest review. The company did send us these treadmills, but like always, I will tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, all the things in between. So let's talk about one of my personal favorite treadmills, and that is the ProForm Carbon TLX. Now, for a long time, I've been a fan of the Soul F63. That's the one I have in my own garage gym. But really, I think this ProForm Carbon TLX is kind of nudging out that Soul for me. Easily one of my favorite treadmills. First off, it's under $1,000. It is $999. So the price point is really great for this one. The belt deck on this is 20 inches by 60 inches long. So no matter what your stride length is, I think that it can accommodate a large variety of people, users, heights, and weight. Now, my one kind of call out to this treadmill is it is a little bit heavier, but it really doesn't feel that bad. So it is 249 pounds in the box, but really as you get to moving it around for whatever reason, maybe it's the way the weight is distributed along the treadmill, it doesn't feel that bad. I do wish it had a little better handle on the back end to just make it a little bit easier to pull up that belt deck and then go ahead and move it around a little bit easier. But really, that's kind of my only major complaint about this treadmill. Now, I would say a minor complaint about this treadmill is it's not the most cushioned deck that I have ever run on, but when I compare it to things like the Soul F63 or other treadmills around that $1,000 mark, I don't think it's any better or any worse. And for most people, it's going to be better than running on a road. When you go ahead and purchase this TLX, you are going to get 30 days free trial to the iFit programming. iFit programming is honestly one of my favorite programmings. If you decide that you do want to continue on with the iFit programming after that free trial is done, it's about $39 a month. Or you can go ahead and pay a yearly cost, which is around $396. Now, one thing to say about the Carbon TLX is it does not come with an LCD screen. So in order to follow along with the iFit programming, you'll have to download it onto your phone or onto an iPad and then connect it through Bluetooth to the machine. This treadmill goes from 0 to 12 miles per hour, which is pretty standard, and then also goes to a 12% incline. There are some treadmills on our list today that go up to 15%, so this is a little bit lacking. But overall, for $999, I do think this is really one of my favorite treadmills. Okay, so next is our top pick for a budget-friendly running treadmill. I wholeheartedly agree with my team on this pick. It is the Soul F63. Again, I have this in my garage. I use it multiple times a month. My husband uses it. My kids use it. We've moved it from inside to outside, and if you've seen my garage, you know that, the back side of it is completely messy. We're always doing woodworking projects. It's seen its fair share of dirt and dust. However, it's continued to hold up really well. Now, this is a little over that $1,000 mark at $1,200, but it does come with a 3.0 CHP motor size. So all of the running you want to do, all of the incline training you want to do, this motor size can definitely handle it. Now, this is one of the treadmills I'm talking about that goes up to that 15% incline, so better than the ProForm TLX. The other thing that this does is it has a 0.50 to a 12 mile per hour mark, so you'll be able to go really fast on this treadmill. I also think that the cushioning is really comparable to the ProForm TLX. One's not better, one's not worse. They're really about the same, so not the best, but definitely better than running on a road. The weight on this treadmill is 224 pounds. It does feel lighter than the TLX, but not by much, and it is still really easy to move around. It has wheels on the front. It actually also has wheels on the back, so you're able to maneuver it into tight spaces a little bit easier. Now, Soul has recently released their own programming that costs $19.99 a month. I don't think it's my favorite programming, and Soul F63 does offer some built-in user programs that I think are okay, but if you are looking for more extensive programming, more of a variety, then go ahead. I mean, $20 a month for programming isn't that bad. It does not connect to the Treadmill, so you will have to download it onto your phone or onto an iPad in order to use it. And then, of course, this is the same as the ProForm, so when you do purchase this F63, you will have 30 free days of the Soul programming to try out. Okay, next is my favorite looking treadmill, and this is the Echelon Stride 6S. Now, up front, this is not my favorite treadmill, especially when we compare it to the two previous that we've just talked about. But in terms of the aesthetic, I do think that this is a really cool treadmill. It has this nice waterfall design. It's really minimal. One of the things I do like about this is that instead of the deck folding up, it's actually the handlebars that fold down onto the deck, making it almost completely flat. So if you do live in a tight space and need to be able to store this vertically in a closet or horizontally under a bed, I think that you definitely have the capacity to do that with this treadmill. In terms of incline, it goes to a 12.5% incline. Now, one of the ways that you can adjust this is by kind of these knobs on the side handlebars. I really like the idea of these, however, they just don't function as well as I want them to. It seems that when you go ahead and you flick the knob, it actually takes a while for the machine to respond. A lot of times what has happened is we've had people come in and test this, they flick the knob, nothing is happening, they're waiting, they go ahead and move it up again, nothing's happening, they're waiting, they go ahead and move it up again thinking like this just isn't working, and then all of a sudden the speed ramps up really fast. So it is a little bit harder to control kind of the speed versus something like the Soul F63 where it's literally just an arrow or a push of the button on the handlebar in order to move up the speed. Now, this does come with an LCD display. This isn't the largest screen. I don't think it's the best screen, but it does come with built-in programming from Echelon. The classes are pretty good. I would rate them around Souls. Definitely not my favorite, but there is a wide variety of classes that you can take from Echelon. One thing that is cool about this treadmill, it has a slightly wider deck, 20.5 inches wide by 60 inches long. So just a little bit wider than the other treadmills, but I do think that it adds a little bit of value to that. Now, normally this treadmill costs $1,699, but they're always having sales on the Echelon website. Currently, it's $1,199, so around that same price as the Souls treadmill. Last one I want to mention today is probably one of my favorite treadmills, and it's kind of been a front runner for a long time. It's never totally been in the top spot for me, but definitely the top three. It's the Horizon 7.0. This treadmill is $999. It also comes with a 60 by 20 inch belt deck and then a 3.0 CHP motor. So again, if you're somebody wanting to do a lot of running, then this is a good treadmill to look at. One of the key things that stands out to me about the Horizon 7.0 is its quick dial design. If you are somebody doing any sort of like fartlek or interval training, this is a huge bonus to this treadmill because it's super easy to use and it responds really well. Essentially, there's like handlebars that come out of the front of the display, and with a flick of your thumb, it will go ahead and increase your speed or go ahead and increase your incline. It's really easy to use, it's really responsive, and for that, I think that it nudges out the design of the Echelon Stride 6S. Now, same with all the other treadmills, it goes from 0 miles per hour up to that 12 mile per hour mark. Obviously, there's a couple that are like start at 0.5 and go up to 12.5, but it's within that range. It also comes with a 15% incline on this treadmill, so if you're wanting to do a lot of incline work, I do think this is a really good treadmill to do that on. One thing I really appreciate about this is that it connects to your Apple Watch. You can actually start the treadmill from your Apple Watch when you connect it through Bluetooth. And then it also will connect to things like Peloton, Swift. So if you are following along with classes, you can go ahead and connect your treadmill to those classes. Now, this is the heaviest treadmill we talk about today at 277 pounds. I mean, I really don't like moving this treadmill around. It does feel quite heavy. It does come with wheels on the front, and then obviously the belt deck does fold up. However, it is just heavier, and so if you are somebody wanting to move around your treadmill a lot, I don't know if I would totally recommend this one as my top pick. The user weight capacity on this treadmill is 325 pounds. One huge thing I have to mention about the Horizon 7.0 is it comes with a lifetime warranty on the frame and the motor, which is something that for $999, a lot of companies don't offer, so I think that's a huge benefit. if we are missing a treadmill in this $1,000 range that you think should be on this list as like really quality, budget-friendly treadmills, let us know in the comments below. Let us know if you've tried any of the ones we have picked out today. I think for me, my favorite is probably the ProForm Carbon TLX. I'm really enjoying riding on that one lately. But let us know in the comments below what you think. This has been Lindsay with Garage Gym Reviews. Peace.